What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be going over where I've been, where's Clifford been. I've gotten a couple DMs in the last couple months just asking where's the car, where's the content, stuff like that. Unfortunately, I have to just say the truth, and the truth is I don't even have Clifford at this very moment. Clifford's not finished yet and he's still getting built. But let's dive a little bit deeper into that so you guys can understand where he is and what is going on with it, and to kind of give you a backstory of why it's taken so long to get the kit up and running and Clifford finally boosted. But to give you some context, whenever I bought the kit about 5-6 months ago, I bought the kit, did an unboxing video, and then it took me about a month and a half after I unboxed it to actually get the kit fully installed. If you look at the times of when those two videos of the installation and the first startup they were within 2 weeks, but it was done like that on purpose just so that way you guys wouldn't have to wait too long. But in real life it was actually about a month to a month and a half in between when those videos were actually recorded. The reason, not because you can't install the turbo kit within a good weekend or 2 days, it was mainly due to the limited time that I had to be able to actually install that kit. First and foremost, I don't have a driveway. I don't have an asphalt driveway. I have a gravel driveway, which makes it really incredibly hard for me to put the car on jack stands and even on jacks. So I would use a little ramp to get the car up, and made it a little harder to actually get under the car and remove everything, especially the headers. That was one of the pains that took me forever to get rid of. But that being said, if you guys do have access to asphalt, a driveway, anywhere you can actually jack up the car, it'd be honestly a breeze. The actual removal stuff and the install of the kit honestly doesn't take that long, and it isn't that hard. For me, it was actually overall pretty easy. The limiting factor and the factor that made me take the longest was usually on the weekends I would only be able to do 2 to 3 hours to actually dedicate to actually getting that kit installed. During the week, because of work and stuff that on my day-to-day life, I really didn't have any time to do it during the week, which led me to doing it on the weekends. And unfortunately, those weekends, either it was raining or just life in general just popped up. So again, it only had 2 to 3 hours per weekend to really dedicate it. aka it took me about 4 weekends, so 4 Saturdays, 4 to 5 hours each day, give or take. Some days were a little longer, some days were a little shorter, but without a doubt would say this kit's very, very easy to install. That being said, we need to make sure that we're installing these kits correctly, because there were some issues that I learned with my specific kit that I caused. So after I did the first startup video and actually was doing a log for a first gear pull, or I think it wasn't even a first gear pull, sorry, it was just logging to get the car to see how it drove normally. I got the all clear from Automafia that the base tune was good and that I can go into third gear and do a very, very light pull, just quarter gas, just to get into boost, right? Nothing extreme. And that's kind of where my issue started and kind of led me to take the route that I did. So long story short, I found out that I had the downpipe hitting the frame. So if you know, that hitting the frame and causing a lot of noise ended up causing a tremendous knock on the engine, which would cut all power. So as soon as I would get into 2 to 3 pounds of boost, the downpipe just was hitting the bottom of the frame, and again, with that much knock, I was getting, I think, positive 6 degrees of knock, which again, killing all power. Ended up fixing that issue, and then another issue that came from that, once I fixed the downpipe, was the turbo. Whenever the car started to hit boost, and of course, as you guys know, your engine moves ever so slightly, I didn't clock the turbo correctly, and that turbo actually was hitting the engine bay as well, also causing a lot of knock. Another issue that I just kept finding small issues, again, nothing wrong with the turbo kit, but everything from myself in installing it, was I had a boost leak. Again, not really that I knew when I was in boost, because I just kept having knock issues. I really never got into boost. The most boost I've seen on the car was 2 to 3 pounds of boost. But in idle, I can hear a small whistle sound when the car was just idling, and ultimately it was a boost leak. Those three honestly were the biggest major issues that I had. Everything else fit like a glove. Everything else kind of bolted out, without any problems. But after the third problem, I kind of mentally just gave up. and decided, you know what, the best route for me to make sure that there's nothing wrong with this car, that nothing goes wrong, is to ship it out to Auto Mafia Racing, have them take another glance over, make sure the whole kit was installed correctly, there was no boost leaks, there was no knocking, and then to have them tune it. That being said, right now Clifford is actually in Billings, Montana, and has been there for the last 5 months, give or take. You know, the reason it's been taking so long, it's not because that's how long they normally take. To give some backstory on them and as a company, they used to be out in Florida, and that's where they originally based, and a lot of their videos that they've shot are actually out in Florida. But early this year they moved out to Montana, where they're currently located at. And obviously, you know, with the move, you're still getting set up. They, you know, they're trying to get their whole everything they do set up. You know, they still want to produce turbo kits for people like you, people like me, so they have to do that. They obviously are a shop, so they fix things outside of tuning. And also, for the longest time, they've been trying to set up their dyno, and finally I got word that they finally got their dyno sorted out, fixed, and Clifford should be hitting the dyno within a week or two. So that being said, yes, I've been away for quite a while. Clifford's been away for quite a while. Long story short, I literally shipped Clifford out to them just to ensure that nothing would be wrong. Honestly, I've been saving for this turbo kit for 2 years. So these 5 months, so long story short, it's been with them for the last 5 months. I wish it wasn't as long, but again, I've been saving for the kit for the last 2 years. So honestly, these 5 months compared to the 2 years of me just waiting, and the anticipation has been building up, and overall I know it's in good hands. I know they know how to tune the car. Obviously they created the kit, so who better to ship the car off to than them. So yeah, so hope here within, you know, the next 2, 3, maybe even a month, I should have the car back. I will be recording me flying out to Montana, because I'm actually going to be picking the car up and driving back home. Also have more goodies waiting for Clifford to actually install. Maybe or maybe not, we might be doing a drag pack. You know, we might be doing some fat meaty tires in the rear, just to ensure, you know, once we're hitting that 500-600 horsepower, whatever they get out of the car, we're actually hooking. But yeah, I just want to say thank you for everyone who's been DMing me, who's been still watching my Instagram. Instagram in the description if you guys want to follow me there. And yeah, I'm going to be posting a lot of content when I actually pick up the car, how it's doing, and just thank you guys for sticking with me in the journey. I am so grateful to actually finally been able to purchase that kit. And I just can't wait to finally drive that car and finally hit boost. That's going to be honestly the fastest car I've ever driven. I've driven a stock GT, which would be my brother's, and I've ridden in his. He loves to go pedal to the metal, but something tells me that once I hit this boost on this car, it's going to be like a whole nother feeling. And I know at the end of the day, the wait's going to be well worth it, and I'm going to be so happy to finally bring you guys along the journey. And for anyone who's been watching since day one, I also just want to say I appreciate it. There's still so many things I want to do with Clifford. I definitely want to go down a drag strip one of these days whenever I get it back, but that's out in the future. Again, there's so many things I'm wanting to do with Clifford, and yeah, you guys just got to remember that you guys got to grind to shine. And with that being said, I hope you guys had a wonderful Labor Day, had a wonderful weekend, and peace out, and I'll see you in the next video.